Alright, fellas. Back making another video. I get the sniffles, and I feel kind of like shit, so I'm hoping I don't have COVID, but I'm also hoping that I don't sound awful in this video, but if I do, uh, that's why. Anyway, we're back playing with lighters, obviously. Oh, that's like my brand at this point. And this time I'm going to teach you how to do some zippo tricks. There's 3 of them that I know. One of them's kind of lame. The other one's the one that is kind of cool, but like most people know it. And the third one is probably you've never seen before. The first one that I'm going to show you is the one that I made the slow-mo video of, and that is the pop cap trick. And you know what? We're going to get a different lighter for this. Not because I don't like this lighter, but because this lighter, the insert on the inside of this lighter is starting to come loose. I don't like it. So I don't feel comfortable using this, but we're going to use it anyway. This is a really rare, or I wouldn't consider it rare because no one's really looking for these, but excuse me. This is a Eimer Design lighter. From what I understand, Eimer Design is like a business freaking company. I don't know. And I don't know how my dad got a hold of this. All I know is that it's really in perfect condition, and that's why I don't feel comfortable doing this. I've never done tricks with this before. Yeah, it still works. Okay. I might have some problems because I don't do tricks with this, but I'm going to do a trick with the one because I have to, because that has fluid in it, and I can't strike this, but I've done this trick before, right? And every time I do this trick, people will say, oh, that's easy. I know what you're doing. And so what I'll do is I'll give them the lighter, and I'll be like, all right, do it. And then they take it, and they try and do it. That actually almost worked. But they can't do it. Because they're trying to do something that is not possible. They think it's a hidden trick. That your fingers are on here and you're swiping them this way, right? But that's not what you're doing. You're actually building up pressure on the opposite side and then releasing all the pressure. All at once. I wonder. Hold on. I do wonder. If I changed out the inserts of these lighters. Is there a... No, there isn't. Yeah, you can see that cotton isn't like perfect, crystal clear, cocaine white, right? Okay, that actually seems to work. Alright, I'll just swap out the things. Oh no, it's coming out. I think it's just that the case is worn down, to be honest. I might need to get a new one of these cat lighters. Which sucks, because you don't see them often. Right. That's fine. We're going to move on. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to put your thumb in the... What would that be? That would be the bottom right corner of the lighter. Like right... Like that. Then take your pointer finger and put it pretty much in line with your thumb, and then put your middle finger right next to your pointer finger, right? So you're holding the lighter like this. Then you're going to squeeze down, and you're going to squeeze down quite a lot. And then what you're going to do is when you go to release it, you're going to slip your 2 fingers off and run them down the side. And while you're doing that, you're going to take your thumb and run it up the side. So your fingers are going to go from this position to this position while the cap's coming off. When you do that, you should be able to do this. It takes some practice. It did take me a while when I was younger, but eventually I got it figured out. And, yeah. That's that trick. Now the next trick is pretty similar, but it is entirely different in the execution, I suppose you could say. This one's the trigger pull trick. That one was the pop cap trick. Pretty much everyone knows that. This one's the trigger pull trick. Let me try and do it. I might not do it first try. Hey! Did it first try. I don't always do it first try. Yeah. There it is. Okay. This one is similar in execution, but is completely different in result. That's what I meant to say. You're combining what you learned from this trick, right? And that is, if you build up pressure on this side and then release it, it'll open up. But instead of letting this swing out, like, for instance, let's say this lighter has two parts. The cap and the, I don't know what you call this part, the base. Let's call this the base and call this the cap. Right. In the pop cap trick, your base is your what would that be called? This is I'm totally coming up with this on the fly. So, that's how I do all my videos, is I come up with them on the fly. So, I'm trying to figure out the right words, but let's say each of these two parts can have two roles in the trick. One of them is sedentary, meaning it's going to stay still, and one of them is going to be mobile, and it's going to be swinging, right? It's going to be swinging, it's going to be opening, it's going to be making that iconic ting. Except this one, this lighter makes a different noise than this one. I just realized that one. This one's deeper pitched, and this one's lighter pitched. That's so weird. Okay. So, in the pop cap trick, for instance, in the pop cap trick, your base is your sedentary piece, right? While your cap is your mobile piece, right? You can see how that is, right? This is moving, while this is still technically moving, but it's not, like, swinging on the hinge. With the trigger pull trick, it is your cap that is sedentary, and it's the base that is swinging. Here's how you're going to do it. You're going to take your pointer finger and your thumb, and you're going to pinch it right there. You're going to pinch it pretty firm. And then you're going to back, I'm sure if you can see that, you're going to back the, like, bottom of the base of the lighter into, like, the heel of your, like, that part of your hand. Not like this. Don't do it like this. You're going to have it kind of like that. So, like, you know, right there on your hand, that's where you're going to do it. You're not going to do it here. You're going to do it here. Like, right in between, like, right there. You'll feel like a bone there. I know that's where it's happening because I've been doing this trick for a few minutes now, and that part of my hand hurts. So, you're going to put the base of the lighter like that, and then you're going to take your middle finger, and that's going to be your trigger finger. God damn it. God damn it. There we go. Now you can see how in the trick, this is your movement part, because I am holding the cap still. Still holding the cap. God damn it. There we go. You see that? How the base of the lighter is moving, but the cap of the lighter is not. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to build up a lot of pressure. And this one takes more practice to get used to. But once you do it for a few days, you'll definitely get this one down too. Oh my god, ow! I'm hurting my hand. That's one thing with this trick, is it definitely hurts your hand. There we go. Okay. Last trick is going to be done with my cat lighter. I call it my cat lighter because it's a cat on a fence. Pretty simple. Obvious thing is obvious, right? This one is called the gun trick. And this one's pretty easy. This is like a really easy trick, but it's not very impressive, and it's pretty easy to understand what you're doing. So you're going to hold the cap like this, with the hinge facing towards you. So you see how there's no hinge on this side? Hinge is on this side. I'm going to have the hinge facing towards me. Then I'm going to start with like right there on my hand, and run it over. And while I'm running over, I'm going to try and spark the wheel. And this, I think this needs a new flint. Does it need a new flint? No, I don't. Well, it didn't go out that time. That was kind of scary. I've never had that happen. Probably because I opened and closed it really quick. And I just filled this too. Just to make this video. So yeah, okay, I guess I don't just come up with these on the fly. I guess I do some planning. But not that very much. Not in my script, which is non-existent. I don't have a script. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Cap, holding it like this. Like that. I guess that would be a top-down view. And then you're going to run it over. And not hurt your hand. And hopefully light the wick. And light the gun. Right? You know the Western movies where the guy takes his gun out of his pocket and he goes with the hammer 6 times? Like he holds down the trigger and then he goes and fires all 6 revolver shots at the same time. That's like pretty much what this is emulating. Woo! I can feel the heat on that one. This one's pretty easy, and you can see what I'm doing. I'm just running my hand over it, right? I'm just running my hand over it, right? That's all I'm doing. Oh, it's hot. Probably because it's flame. Yeah. And for the other lighter, you can see what I'm doing. And you can see the sparks there, because there's actually a flint in this one. God, the inside of this needs a little polish. But yeah, that one's not as impressive. But if you're really starting to get into stuff, I would suggest doing the gun one first. Maybe don't do it with fluid so you don't like burn your house down. Maybe just have a flint in there. You'll know if you did it if a bunch of sparks come out. And also, the one thing with the gun trick is there's going to be a lot of sparks that come out. Like a lot of sparks. It's going to go because you're striking the wheel from the side and it's building up and you're pushing it this way. So it's building up a lot of pressure on the wheel, unlike if you just struck it normally, which it wouldn't have that many sparks. Okay, that's about it. I guess it's time for me to tune out. I need to come up with a better outro for these videos. You know what? I don't need an outro. I'm just like that. Okay, see ya.